Hey friends, McScruffmuffin here. Got a couple of exciting announcements for you, actually. So I'm going to be changing up a little bit of the way that I do things. There's a couple of different announcements as a part of this video, so I kind of wanted to just lay those out and kind of give a little bit of explanation for what's going on. So I'm planning to do more videos. If you've noticed, I've been a little bit erratic over the course of my posting. And I think a large part of that is because I felt a little bit restricted by the current format that I'm using. And I think I'd like to broaden the scope a little bit to talk about, current events, to talk about things that are a little bit more on the top of my mind and not just do solely Sunday reflections, but branch out from there and cover a couple of additional topics. On the actual blog for this apostolate, I'm hoping to also write a little bit more, which was a challenge for me because I always felt like when I had to write something down, I wanted to edit it a whole bunch of times and make sure that it was perfect and exactly what I wanted to say, and that obviously resulted in me not posting a whole lot. I think it was St. Francis de Sales. I don't know, I have a tendency to just attribute wise-sounding quotes to him. But he said something along the lines of, nothing impedes progress in virtue as trying to acquire it all at once. And that was kind of how I felt about writing, that I had to be perfect all or nothing. So I'm looking to post a couple of additional just little snippets here and there, little thoughts that I had, little pieces of conversations, pieces of books that I'm reading, and so on and so forth. I'd like to also do some good Catholic book reviews. I think spiritual reading is something that's absolutely fantastic and necessary for today's world, and I think it's something that's often neglected. And I think giving good Catholic book reviews, good recommendations, is a great way to further the conversation, to encourage that, to encourage myself to continue to grow, and just in general a very good thing for all of us. I also want to do more true videos. Maybe not necessarily of me, but of lecture notes that are going by, PowerPoints, little videos here and there, stuff like that. I also want to post the audio for this separately so that it can be eventually turned into a podcast for those who are more auditory and who would be more inclined to listen to that kind of a thing. So those are going to be some of the changes that I'm going to be kind of shaking things up with over the next couple of weeks for this channel. Other things around the internet, I recently opened an Etsy shop for my paintings and artwork. You may have seen the backgrounds for pretty much all of these videos are different paintings that I've created over the years, different pieces of artwork. It's something that I've always really enjoyed. And starting to stack up a little bit. So I figured it'd be a nice way to sort of get those things moving and put them out in front of people. I believe that it's wonderful when we can share talents and share things that we love with other people. There's a reason that we are given the talents that we're given. There's a definitive ends for them. So it's wonderful when we get to share that and bring that out to the world. One final bit, I also started a podcast with a friend of mine, Peter, called Missile Defense. So I'll put the link to that in the notes here and in the description down below. But that is a podcast where a friend of mine and I talk about different Catholic topics, different interviews with local Catholic people. Just in general talk about philosophy, religion, kind of what we're seeing out in the world, maybe some movie reviews, maybe some book reviews, stuff like that, and just kind of the two of us getting together, starting to try to build a little bit of community with both he and I, as well as the greater community that we live in, and just kind of provide a lot of insight from an everyman's perspective. So these are the quick announcements that I wanted to give to you guys. I'm very, very excited for all of these things. I think this is really going to be good for me. I hope it's very good for you as well. I hope that you find these videos edifying and that I can continue to produce them and really hone in on what it is that I'd like to do, and that is to become a saint and to help you do the same. Maybe create a little bit of an online community where we discuss the current events, we discuss literature, we discuss different pieces of philosophy, different pieces of everyday life, and through all of that, to really come to a greater understanding of life, the universe, and everything. So, thank you for being with me. I appreciate it. Stay in the state of grace, and God bless.